Okay, I would like to make a short introduction to digital accessibility and assistive technologies, and then you will have the opportunity in Friday to hear much more details and specific equipment by Alexandros Ino. You know that according to the World Health Organization, rehabilitation allows people with disabilities whose functions are limited to stay or return home or to society, to live independently and to participate in education, the labor market, and social life. And the two key terms here is functions, functionality, and participation. Participate in the case of the students with disabilities in universities, you understand, and I have analyzed in my previous presentation what are the most important needs concerning the functionality and participation of a student with disability in a higher education. Now, what is the role of the information society? I mean, computers, either hardware or software, in the domain of rehabilitation. They play a dual role concerning the reduced functioning and concerning the participation. They can either augment or improve the reduced functionality or improve the participation, or if there is not any functionality or impossible participation, they can provide alternative means of functionality and alternative means of participation. So we know from experience and from not only from our university that they play a very important role. And we can say that these solutions can be given by the computer technology, either as computer-based assistive technologies, either software or hardware, but they themselves, they do not guarantee always accessibility. That means that we need also the content digital accessibility, and I will go to explain what is the difference between, because people most of the people say that if I have assistive technologies, advanced, computer-based, then I have the solution. No, there is a lot of problem remains coming not from the person with disabilities with the technology, but with the provision of the content. So we have ourselves to play another role to make our content educational, in this case in universities, accessible and compatible with the technology a disabled student uses. So, as I said, that all these approaches again use the design for all approach. That means that when we speak about digital accessibility, we don't say I will make my content accessible for a blind student, but I'm working for all the disabled cases. So what is assistive technology first? This is a well-known, a very common definition, came from the United States Department of Education some decades ago. Any equipment, product, system, software, or service, whether purchased ready to use, modified, or customized, used to increase, maintain, or improve the functional abilities of the disabled and or their participation in the main activities of life. And for us, the main activity is participation in the academic life of a university. So what is computer-based assistive technology? Because even my stickers, my glass are assistive technology, but are not computer-based assistive technology. Beyond medical solutions, there are powerful computer-based technologies, either software or hardware, that can provide solutions that even the most advanced medical technology or medical solutions can provide. So most of this technology comes after we have applied any known and available medical solution. For example, we know that for a blind person, totally blind, not partially blind, there is not an artificial eye, but with the computer-based assistive technology, he can access the content, of a book, for example, and also he can, with different means, like, for example, by touching or by hearing the content. The computer-based assistive technology actually require, and it's not only computer-based technologies based, but it needs an interdisciplinary approach, specifically in the domain of education. I will give you two examples. Writing is a function with a pen and pencil or computer keyboard, but users with reduced functioning of upper extremes, they need to augment, for example, using a joystick, along with a virtual on-screen keyboard. And this is a simple, solution, although seems simple. You can have a number of parameters to be customized for a specific user. If we have, again, as a function writing, but the users have not any functionality in upper extremes, you have seen already the solution by Stelios Kibor, who was the first day. Here is the same solution. Alternative, the caption control, which is the main user interface for us, and also the click, that we are going to a specific position in the screen, and then we make a click. So these two actions can be replaced by either two movements of the head, and also we have to find a way for switching. There are different ways of switching, but I'm not going now to present the solutions, but you will see by Friday a number of such kind of solutions. And also, there is, because you are writing, depends on the severeness of your disability, not so fast. There are a number of softwares that help you to write more efficiently. For example, word prediction software. So you are writing one or two characters, and then they predict either statistically or using natural language processing knowledge, which is the rest of the characters in the word. The second example is conversation, but again, as a participation functionality of face-to-face or distance, but user with reduced hearing ability, they cannot participate, for example, in such a conference like the one we have. But if we have a loop, a hearing loop, then it will, without, this can amplify and without any connection with their hearing aids, and help to participate in this meeting, such kind of meeting. Or if you have not any hearing ability, you will already hear about the relay service, and you know by Maria yesterday what is a relay service. So you can have a remotely an interpreter of sign language. So computer-based assistive technologies many times are commercially available. Most of the cases, not all of them. We produce and the colleagues from Spain, they in their labs, in our lab, and in many different research labs, a lot of technology that never goes to the market. This is a common problem, not only in assistive technology, but mainly the assistive technology is a fragmented market worldwide, very small, and that's why the cost also of assistive technology is too high. So there are a number of challenges. Although we have the commercial available technology solutions, there are a number of challenges here. They are not available in the local market. This is not a problem now because you can buy worldwide, but they do not support, as I said, if you remember 2 days ago, the local language or the local braille system. So the role, say, of our labs is to make some these adaptations, because there is not interest by the manufacturers to include a language like Greek, which is in minor language, in minority. So sometimes also they are available only as a result of our research, not as commercial products. And there are such free available software, and in Athena and Emathena, you will find such kind of solutions which are free available. And also, as I presented 2 days ago, we have developed solutions like the software for switching by Stelios, which is free available for very severe cases. Sometimes they require the development of standards or standardizations to be connected with other equipment. And also sometimes they require to develop special services, for example, the relay service. Sometimes they are available. This is now another case which is very important, and I would like to emphasize this, that they are available as free software or even open source software, but you have assistive technology, all of us, all of you, in your pocket, and you don't know that you have this because of the legal obligations, mainly the United States first. All the operating systems of the mobile devices, of the computers, they have to provide accessibility options, at least minimum accessibility options. But the users don't know that they have this possibility.